Hi, this is Michael Nesbitt on behalf of Dan Green and the Bike Marketer team. I'd like to say hello and I hope everyone is well today. The review I'm doing today is on a very serious subject, which is to do with all the legal aspects of your website, which a lot of people unfortunately don't adhere to, and it's become federal law and government law and various mandates and regulations from Europe right across the world. It's very important that you have these things because there are legal implications if you don't have them. So the plugin that we're mentioning today, it's only $17. Why would you not have anything legal for $17 so you weren't sued for thousands? It makes total and absolute sense in my mind. So this is called Legal Eagle. Now I'm going to go into a few different things of big stories that you may have seen in the press, big stories that you may have seen on TV, and various legal aspects of why this is now filtered down to people who have a WordPress site or a couple of websites. Now the big stories that you will have seen in the past are obviously the £5 billion fine that Facebook got for various things to do with actual privacy policy and the things of having people's private information. Now that's a massive thing that you would have seen in the press as well. And the other thing that you would have seen is relating to that is 50 million Facebook profiles were harvested by a company called Cambridge Analytica. Which is it was a massive data breach. Now, because of this, the government has really started to clamp down, and the FTC in particular has really started to clamp down on privacy policy and various things that you need to have. Things like affiliate disclaimers, privacy policy, terms of use, customer disclaimers, the DMCA alerts, which is a digital thing, which is, I will tell you in a second, which is to do with digital protection, the customer's GDPR, which is the General Data Protection Regulation, which is a European regulation that came out of the 27 countries in Europe, and optional access and denial pop-ups. Now those things are vital that you need legal protection on your website. Now the thing I'm going to show you here is this is to do with why you need these things. Now, the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission, have said here, which is really important that you understand this. The FTC protects consumers by stopping unfair, deceptive or fraudulent practices in the marketplace. You might think, okay, I'm not doing anything fraudulent or wrong. But if we look further up the page, you need to understand that if someone copies your website, the design, the branding, the layout, the content, and everything, and claims it's their work, you can be done because it's your work. Okay? So what the FTC do, they conduct investigations and sue companies, and importantly, sue people that violate the law. Now this has become federal law, so you need to be aware of this. They develop rules to ensure a vibrant marketplace and educate consumers and businesses about their rights and responsibilities. Now the words in here that are very important that you need to be aware of is responsibilities and people, because you need to be responsible if you have a website, because the law to the FTC will be black and white. If you haven't got certain things, then you need to actually get something to cover them, which is what we're covering today, the WP Legal Eagle plugin, which is only $17 to cover you rather than you being actually sued by someone. It's very important that you be aware of this and that you do something about it. Now the other thing, what is a privacy policy? A privacy policy is a legal document that describes the ways a business collects, processes and shares data they collect from their customers. So that's even names and addresses, even if you take credit card details or somebody's email, that is all to do with privacy policy. And what someone can do regarding GDPR, which is the General Data Protection Regulation, is they can ask you anytime, I want all of my information. And you have to be able to have access to it and give them the information. But you have to have something on your website saying that you will do this. This is very important that you have all of the right pages on the website that say you will legally do all of these things. And here we go. Now, the legal pages for your WordPress site, there's three main ways about creating legal pages. You can have an attorney to write one up, you can use legal pages to generate, or a WordPress plugin. And that's important because that's what we're offering today, a WordPress plugin for $17, because you don't want to go to see an attorney, because you know what lawyers are like, you know how much they'll charge you an hour. That's all you need to do. So this WordPress plugin will cover all of the bases for everything that you need to have legally for your website. So that's really, really important that you would get something like Legal Eagle. Now I'm going to go into a few other aspects now of people who have been sued and various things that have happened to them, and then we will go further on and go into the bonuses. So I'll do that now for you. So here is a story regarding how copyright, as it says here in the title, as you can see, how copyright can really screw you over. Now, the basis of the story here is you can read it because I'll just leave it up here. One of the writers for this company, the Content Factory, they started writing a blog post about finding great deals and things like that. What they weren't aware of was an image had been taken by someone and that image was used. Lo and behold, they then had a problem with copyright infringement, and the penalties are absolutely ridiculous. They used a photograph that some drunken person took in Nebraska, and that person came back to them, and they were being sued for $8,000 because they didn't own the copyright to that photograph because someone else had taken it. Now that is quite shocking that, you know, you might start a blog page, you might find images somewhere, you might just put them up on your site. You've got to be extremely careful here. And this person then, they obviously had to then pay the $8,000 that they were being sued for. So you need to be very aware of that. There is other things that have happened, but a lot of it is now filtering down from the very large companies. Now, if I click on here, there's various things to do with the ADA law, and the ADA law, it's to do with disabilities. If you bear with me, yes, it's the American Disabilities Act. See, it was there in the files in my head, but I couldn't quite remember it. Now, the ADA compliance it covers lots of things. Now, some of these stories here, for the likes, these are like big companies, but it's all starting to filter down now because they're realizing there's thousands of people that just aren't covered for the legal aspects. Now, Beyonce, she had a website, and someone who was visually impaired couldn't access this. Now, when people are visually impaired, they might be registered blind, but they can see to an extent. And what you have to have on your website is something that would actually make the text larger. And Beyonce didn't have that, so the website was sued. There was another one here regarding a retail and grocery store. There's a one regarding food and beverages, and it's things that they should have on their site that they haven't got. But the main thing is, you don't have to have the things on your site, but you need to be covered legally in case someone comes to sue you. So that's the important element, and why you need to have something like the Legal Eagle plugin to actually cover you for the eventuality of someone actually coming to you saying you don't have this on your site. Now, the things that you'll need to have that this covers you in 1 minute flat for $17 is the likes of this. Now, it's very important. You need a refund policy on there. You need affiliate disclosures, customer disclaimers, a privacy policy, DMCA alerts, terms and conditions, customer GDPR request forms. The reason you need a request form for that is because the 27 countries in Europe have made the new regulation came out in May 2018 regarding GDPR, which is the General Data Protection Regulation. You're not allowed to keep people's information without being having the right request form. So what it means is anyone can come in and say, have you got my details? Can I have them? I don't want you to longer keep them. Now, on our stuff, we often have at the bottom, you can unsubscribe anytime you want. That is how simple it is. So if you give people the option to unsubscribe, that covers you completely for things like that. You also need optional access denial pop-ups. So these are the things that this website, that the software, the Legal Eagle plugin will cover you for. So it's very, very important to have these, because as you've just seen, although the big companies are getting done for various things to do with copyright, it does filter down. Me personally, about 15 years ago, I was lucky enough to have a distribution deal with a large company called Walmart, and we sold CDs that we produced, and we sold CDs to Walmart. Now, in our terms and conditions on our website, we did have that the deals were sale or return, so we delivered them completely free of charge. And if they didn't pay us within a period of time, which was 12 weeks, they got invoiced. Absolutely fine. We signed an agreement with them. We had the agreement for years. All of a sudden, Walmart came back and said, we've got hundreds of CDs here. These CDs are quite a few years old. I said, no, we've got now terms and conditions. They said, oh, what is the deal? I said, it's sale or return, but it's got to be done within 3 months. Now, if I hadn't have had those terms and conditions on our website plain for the world to see, I would have had to give them the money back for those hundreds of CDs. I think they wanted about 17 grand, which isn't the kind of money that you want to have to pull out to pay anyone at any time, especially when you had been paid from them because you had invoiced them and been paid. So that was one of those moments where I was like, thank God we had that on the terms and conditions. Because you often think when you put things in the terms and conditions, oh, I'm never going to need this. I thought exactly that when we built the website designer said, what do you want the terms and conditions? I said, everything that we do, I need to be covered for everything. He went, yeah, okay. So he had to get all the information of all the deals that we've done with various companies, and he had to say, oh, okay, then I'll put all this information in. And it did cost us more money. It took him a couple of days to do. But if I'd had a plugin like this, I would have been completely covered. And I wish there'd been plugins like this around that time about 15 years ago or so. So anyway, I'm going to get one of the legal team now to run through. Takes about a minute for them to show you how simple it is, just to put in your details, and they'll do that now for you. And then I'll go through our bonuses, which will be related to this for today.
Hi, so this is the overview of WP Legal plugin. So we'll see how Legal plugin works, what are its different functionality, how we can use in our website. Let's open this WP Legal plugin. As you can see, we have different options under WP Legal, settings, WP Legal, create page, create and edit templates, create pop-ups, EU cookies, and age verification. So we'll go with the setting. Here we have a general setting. So basically this plugin is very easy to use legal statement in your WordPress site. So you can use the age verification pop-up, you can use the cookies, and we have different things. So this is the basic general setting page. Here we have domain name, business name, etc. And these are the short code for domain name, business name, phone, street, etc. We'll see one by one later.
So now we will, just before we go on to the bonuses, I thought I'd run through a few little things that you may have actually heard of regarding the legal aspects. This here, the DMCA alerts, it stands for the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, to make sure the right of ownership in the case of theft of copyrighted material under use. Now, as you may have heard, I don't know if you watch YouTube a lot, but there's masses of copyright issues regarding music. I'm obviously from the music industry in another life, many years ago, 20 odd years ago. And people, you can't just play other people's music on YouTube now. You can't play it on your blogs, you can't play it on your websites, because you will be clamped down immediately, and you'll be told to remove it or you'll be fined. So there's various things that are all starting to come in. You've got to remember that since the influx of social media, and YouTube only came out in 2004, 2005, all of this is very new. We're in the middle of a huge digital revolution still, especially the social media revolution and everything. So the whole legal system is just taking a while to catch up with everything. But now there's a proper push for everything to be exactly the way regulations, laws and acts actually say and state. So that's why it's very important to have a plugin like Legal, because you don't want to all of a sudden be stuck and your website be taken down, or to have someone obviously awful. I don't want this to happen to anyone, but to have someone say, I'm suing you because you used this, I took that photograph, or I used this because you didn't do this properly, I didn't get a proper refund, or I didn't have the right privacy policy, I asked you for my details, you haven't sent it, the terms of use are incorrect because of this, this and this. And when all the speak comes from a legal firm, as the famous old saying goes, the pen is mightier than the sword. It really can be a proper fright for you when you get a letter and you look at it and you think, what? You really, really don't want to be put in that position. And something like Legal Eagle, this plugin, will cover all the bases for you, and it's what I would definitely highly recommend to people. I know this video is a little bit more serious than normal, this review, but something like this, you really, really need to be covered on your website for things like this. It's very, very imperative, and it's very, very important. And it's legal, it's regulation, and it's acts of Parliament and government. So you've got to really be on top of this. So as part of our bonuses today, we're going to have security bonuses, and I'm going to show you our gift for today as well. Just for opening the email, we always give you a gift. So here's our gift for today. Actually, when I've been looking at this page here, it says every day millions of websites owners worldwide risk everything and are blissfully unaware they could face penalties, bans, and could be hit at any moment. Now, it also says, and unfortunately, ignorance is no excuse for the law. And that is very, very important for you to remember. Now, this is our our gift for today, which is just a guide to PC security. Now, the guide is just an in-depth look at how and you get reseller rights with this. Oh, and this has decided not to open. Sorry about that there. That just decided not to open. And I've just installed Word onto this PC, or a new version of Word, and it's, I don't know, the PC's kind of fighting with it for whatever reason. But this is the free gift we have for you for today, which is Guide to PC Security and Info and Beefing Up Your Personal Computer Safety from Malicious Threats. A lot of people do get phishing messages and people try to hack you and various things like this nowadays. So to be completely covered for things like that is very, very important. And this guide is our free gift for you for today. Our first bonus for you for today is called WP Security, and it's a list of videos all to do with WordPress security. So that's obviously linked to Legal Eagle, and it's all, as our bonuses always are, they're always linked to the actual product that we're selling, because, you know, it's keep it in the same ballpark, makes it easier for you, makes it easier for us as well. So this is a series of 8 different videos, all about backdoors and web hosting, how to hide logins, security plugins, hot linking, various password protection, things like that, all security based. So that's our first bonus for today. And our second bonus for today is a series of videos. It's called WP Setup Security Vids. Now the first list that you get is a large list of videos which you can watch at your leisure, watch on your phone. So you get 12 different videos there, all about security, all about passwords and monitoring and security, and how people will try to get into your computer and how you can stop them, and the legal aspects of why you would need things like that. Obviously very, very important. And the second list of videos is you get another 12 videos regarding very similar things. Again, configuration, admin, how to clean things up, how to deal with all the security, and some people do try to get things just by brute force of breaking in to your security, to your PC digitally, you know, by phishing and various things like that as well. So that's the second bonus we have for you for today. So that's Legal Eagle, a WordPress plugin that would help you with all of the legal aspects for your website, which you definitely need without a doubt. You don't want to be this person here who got done for copyright infringement regarding a photograph they put up on a blog, which was a member of staff that put it up onto a blog, and they got a message from a letter from the lawyer saying, we're going to sue you for $8,000. You don't want to be put in that position by doing something that you believe is completely innocent, but isn't. Innocence, great, it's obviously connected to the law, you're innocent until proven guilty, but if you do something that you think is just, you know, a mistake, you think, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake there, you can still be sued. So that's Legal Eagle, and all of the different things that you will need for your website to do with refund policy, customer disclaimers, DMCA alerts, which is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, GDPR, which is the General Data Protection Regulation, which is to from all the EU countries, which is all of the countries in Europe, because when you have your website up online, obviously people from all over the world can get there, and there's 27 countries in Europe, so it's literally hundreds and hundreds of millions of people. You've got affiliate disclosures, and you've got privacy policy, which is very, very important. Your privacy policy is connected to GDPR as well, and connected to copyright. The privacy policy is probably one of the most important things to have on your website, so I would definitely look into your privacy policy, but with the plugin you'll be covered for all of those things. Terms and conditions, absolutely vital when you're trying to sell things online. Terms and conditions are vital, as I told you the story where we got done, and luckily, thank God, we had something in our terms and conditions regarding when we sold things on sale or return. When people returned them, there was obviously a period where it had to be returned within, or we didn't have to give you the money back. And obviously you've got optional access and denial pop-ups. So it's very, very important to be aware that something like this Legal Eagle plugin can cover you for awful eventualities that you think will never happen, but as I've proven, do happen to people constantly all the time, and it is moving down from the large companies to the normal everyday Joe like us who have a website up there. So that's our review for today. Please like and share and hit the notification bell and subscribe below. Share this on all of the social media platforms that you have. We're here to help as many people as is humanly possible who want to make money online. My name is Michael Nesbitt. On behalf of Dan Green and the Bike Marketer team, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching again, and I will speak to you very soon. Cheers, take care now.